Good evening, I am Anthony Couch, a guitarist here on YouTube, and this is a close-up of a cup. This is just a very quick vlog, blog, whatever, video log, diary entry, whatever you call them these days. A few months back, I made this announcement that I was going to be recording an EP. As much as I have, I don't like that phrase, EP. I'm not going to go into why. I was writing one anyway. It was starting off as an album and then turned into an EP, and anyway, I've deleted it. I've worked on it for, I'm going to say I worked on it for months, but only because I've had to squeeze it into work hours and day-to-day life and spending time with important people in my life, but in the amount of hours it doesn't equate to months and months and months, but it's been months in the process and I've deleted it. There's a couple of reasons why I've deleted it. I was working on about 5, maybe 6 songs, kind of like the analogy I like to think about is spinning plates. So I'd get one song going, leave that spinning in the back burner, start another one spinning and then another, and then go over to that. And I had a lot of songs that I was juggling. 6 being a lot of songs for me. I know people are a lot more prolific than I am, but as I say, I've got time constraints, so I was trying to juggle things around. But the 2 main reasons. Number 1, I was being too particular over really minute things. Now, there's being a perfectionist and there's wanting something to sound good and something to express what you want it to express, and agonising over notes and what lick you want over what riff can be a good thing. And many great songs have had to have that experimentation and that real labour of love kind of approach. But this was getting stupid. I was writing songs and then just not committing to finishing them. And I just had to admit that to myself. And I just think I was trying too hard. And I think the songs were suffering. It was becoming less like music and more like a string of guitar licks, one after the other. And it was only after coming away from it for a few weeks and then listening back and thinking, well, yeah, there's techniques in there. It might even impress some of the guitar players, but is it music? Which is a very interesting thing for me, because I love shred and I will defend to the death anyone that says shred isn't music and it's got no emotion and it's got no feel. I disagree. I think that shred is some of the most emotionally charged music that I listen to, and it's a beautiful, amazing music with all sorts of crazy stuff going on, and it is very technically demanding, which I like to listen to as well. But it was just getting a bit daft, and there was too many solos. The entire thing was too many solos, and it was just pure lead guitar. There was no riffs, really. I was painting myself into a massive corner, and I was just burning out, and it just didn't. It was starting to come away from what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be music that people like to listen to. And the second reason why I've deleted it all is it was dated. It's 2019. I'm 33. I've been playing guitar for a long time. I'm very happy with my technique, striving to always improve it. Songwriting is something that I also want to improve on. And I think what was happening was I was writing songs that were a bit too heavily influenced by the artists that I admire. The music was very heavily influenced by albums from the 80s and 90s and even the noughties, the 2000s, whatever you want to call them. So upon listening back to them, I was thinking, yeah, this is good, this is cool stuff. And then I drive around in my car and I listen to music from the 80s and the 90s and I'm like, yeah, rock and roll. And then I just had a bit of an eye-opening experience. And there's some big guitarists out there and there's some smaller YouTube, you know, bigger than this channel, but mid subscriber range. Is that how you gauge success these days? That's a bit sad, isn't it? But you know what I mean when I say that. Mid subscriber range guitarists, and they're releasing new music, and I'm trying to do the same, and I'm listening to theirs, and it just sounds like 2019. I had my head in the sand for far too long, and the music that I was writing was too dated. Now, there's some people who can get away with retro, is a thing. People can make things sound retro, but mine was just, it just sounded old, and it was not even released yet. It's brand new music, and it just sounded old. And I mean, maybe if people heard it, they would just hear it as an influence, but over time I just started thinking, I need to get with the youth of today. You know, I'm not old, I'm not young, but I'm not old, and I don't want my music to sound old. I want it to speak to people, and I want it to excite people, and I want it to be relevant. So I've come away from it, I've deleted everything. I've come away from it with a very positive attitude, and that attitude is just be a bit more contemporary. There's nothing wrong with that. Embrace new things. It's only an EP. It's not like I'm committing. This is EP or demo. They used to be called. I don't know why they're not anymore. But this demo EP, whatever. It's only a stab in the dark, and just to see what happens, what response I get back, if any. If people don't listen to it, then it's back to the drawing board. If I get a positive response, then I do it better and better and better. There's no guitar in this. Well, I'm holding a guitar, but it's only got 5 strings. I didn't even play it. This is a guitar channel though. It's still a guitar channel. If you've just happened across this video and made it through to the end, why? There's just some boring bloke talking in a home studio. But thank you very much for doing so anyway. And if you're one of the regulars, then extra special thanks. You keep this channel going, you keep me doing what I do. But if you are new to this channel, then why not consider subscribing? It always makes me feel good to know that I'm growing an audience and people want to listen to new music. So anyway, I've been Anthony Couch, feeling a bit reflective. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video.